Okay, I just hit record by mistake. But let's do this. I'm Bob. This is the New Miamian vlog. And this is technically the first time I go live, even though I've been practicing on YouTube. Facebook. Facebook Live in a secret group. So yeah, I definitely wanted to start live streaming because, working in digital marketing, everything you read, it's like, live streaming is like where I guess all the action is, where the future of social media and all that stuff. And I don't really like social media that much. I don't really post that often. So I figure this would be a good way for me to actually be productive with social media and with I've worked really hard on the New Miamian, my blog, and it's a lot of writing, and I realize a lot of people don't like to read that much anymore. So this blogging, I think, is a good way to add to efficient, so there's no editing, so you could just basically say what you need to say and then turn it off and then not really think about it. I think that's much better for me. So I don't have to sit down looking at myself editing. Anyway, so I kind of outlined, because I don't want to spend 2 hours here on my first live feed. Basically on this one, I just want to talk about why going live, why I'm going live. And so I have 4 reasons why I didn't want to, and I haven't over the past year, even though I've wanted to. I have 4 reasons why I'm actually doing it now. And then I kind of just want to go into a little bit of what I'm going to be doing with this vlog. Well, with this YouTube channel, I guess. Vlogging, I guess, is one aspect of that, right? Anyhow, so 4 reasons why not. The first reason is I kind of, before I started really watching YouTube and YouTubers, I thought it was kind of like other aspects of social media where it's kind of narcissistic, and I thought you had to be full of yourself to like sit down and record yourself. I don't know. I think that probably came from a place of insecurity, but I really enjoy watching YouTubers and YouTube channels, actually much more the off the cuff, like not really structured stuff, even though I do love, and I'll get into what I want to do, but I do love, I don't know if it's mukbang or mukbang. Mukbang sounds pretty pretentious, but I love food. So that's kind of another one of my ambitions. Definitely want to use the live streaming to do that. But yeah, the reasons. So I thought it was kind of full of yourself, to record yourself and to share it with the world. Now I kind of feel like it's not. Well, I'll get into why I did want to. The second reason is probably the most personal, which is that I don't like the way I sound. You know what I mean? So I think that there's a lot of, even though everybody that you know already knows how you sound, and everybody in your life already accepts the way you sound, there's something about, I don't know, I enunciate, and I also don't pronounce certain words correctly. Like I realized when I started practicing doing these live things, that I just had a few friends watch what I did before, and like I don't even say because right. Like normally when I'm talking, I say like because, like BEKIZ, like but I wouldn't have realized that if I didn't record myself and then force myself to kind of watch it back, to be like, just to really see my own accent. And then part of the way I sound obviously is tied to having a homosexual disposition. That's the nicest way I can put it. But you know, I get harassed a little bit. I live in Miami Beach, and even though you would think that you would be pretty good here sounding gay, I still kind of get, you know, harassed on the street, really without even doing anything, which is kind of annoying. But so yeah, I'm very insecure about that. But at the same time, like I said, it's like everybody that knows and loves me already knows how I sound. So that's pretty much just my own insecurity. But since this is, you know, meant to be real, I feel like, you know, it's important to share that. That's probably one of the main reasons. It's basically like, I feel like this sort of thing, it's like, you know, you have to come out every single time you do something, either people or youth, and it's just kind of a lot. And then the third reason is I kind of started realizing too that I get uncomfortable confronting my feelings and the way that I think, and I get I kind of don't like to actually express myself, because sometimes I feel like the way that I think and, like, you know, who I am feels confrontational to other people, even though I'm not trying to be confrontational. I'm just you know, trying to just kind of be more an independent way I feel, but because how other people are gonna receive it, you know. But I think the good thing about this is nobody's watching, so I work seriously, and the people that I work with seriously. And so again, it kind of goes back to the whole thing where it's like, you know, you might offend somebody just by being yourself, where when you're at work or when you're dealing with people, you know how to conceal that, and you know how to kind of walk the line and make sure that you're not necessarily making waves. And I think that the nature of vlogging is kind of the, you know, it's kind of the opposite of that. So it is, you know, a lot of confronting the way you feel, and that could, you know, be an issue, really confront a lot of stuff, or that just plain don't agree with you. And that also kind of part of that is also, I'm afraid that people will take advantage, you know, of me, I guess, you know, not, you know, I think that when you share a lot, you give people a lot of information, and then you give them a lot that they can, you know, extrapolate. I don't know if that's the correct word, but you know what I mean? Where it's like a lot of people keep things close to the vest, and then, you know, that air of mystery and all that really works in their favor sometimes, because it's like a human Rorschach test, kind of like they call Hillary Clinton, where it's like when you give so little of who you are. Beyonce is another good example. You're not giving a lot, so people just project themselves onto you, which is kind of has been my MO really in my life. You know, I try, even though I do talk a lot and I do express myself, you know, usually creatively and all that stuff, but socially I do like to, you know, talk but mainly when I'm kind of in a, you know, close group and a safe environment where I feel like I'm not going to kind of, you know, get a hard time about it. But the crazy thing about this being public is that, you know, it's everything. It's your church self, it's your, you know, friend's self, it's your parents' self, it's all that, because anybody can really access this. So I feel like that's a big part of why I think I was scared. And then, so there's 4 reasons why I chose to do it anyway. And the first one is that I want to get to know myself. I think that a lot of times we think we know who we are based on the way we are with other people. You know, you see it like on memes and all that stuff, where you basically, you know, with other people, even if stuff, you're doing it to share it. So there's always a part of that that has to do with other people. And that's, even though, again, art and expression and all that stuff is really important, I think there's also a need to explore yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do with the blogging, like kind of just, you know, not really care. Like, again, I maybe told a couple people that I was doing this. I don't really want to promote this right now. I just kind of want to explore it, kind of like Blossom Russo. Like I remember when I was little, she had like a camcorder in her room, and she was from the show Blossom. And I really like that. I used to journal. I used to journal a lot more, and I used to just write and not stop. And I really got to know myself, I think, in my late teens and early 20s by journaling, not necessarily doing it for anybody else but yourself. I think that's what makes vlogging really great. And at the same time, even though it is still something that I'm doing kind of like journaling, I do expect in the long term, after I get comfortable doing this, to be able to connect with other people that actually, understand a little bit of who I am, and not so much the social or professional facade, or, people that may have known me in the past that know me one way, even though, over time, you kind of go evolving and changing, and you realize a lot of the people in your life don't even really know where you're at. My journey, and I'm connecting with like-minded people. The third reason is just kind of, I like, having, I don't know if heirloom is the right word, but I like kind of having something to collect my memories. Again, a lot of times when I've tried this in private, just filming myself, I realized that, first of all, I didn't remember anything that I said after I finished, which makes me think it may not have been that important. But then when I watched it back, I did remember. But again, that's kind of the point. Like a lot of times we go through life and we may have expressed something or came to a realization, and then you're so busy that you don't even kind of bring that into who you are. And sometimes it's good to have memories that are recorded. Even the way I look, obviously I didn't comb my hair, but, I just thought it was just a lot, just to comb my hair. I mean, I made sure it looked nice, not my hair, but, the live video and all that, and I got dressed, but the hair was just a lot. The fourth reason that I really want to do it is that I do feel like a sense of urgency in expressing my point of view. And I think that a lot of that comes with, where we're at now, as Americans, but also really, generally like around the world. I think that it's more important than ever to really express who you are, regardless of who you are. I think that so many people have a platform now that allows them to really reach a lot of people in ways that it's debatable whether it's for the greater good or for that person empowering themselves. And so I kind of feel like the whole live streaming does add a layer that's really important in like our national dialogue, in terms of, again, who we are, again, and just as an individual, what's going on. I think as a writer, I've been writing this whole, for the past few years, where life has really changed dramatically. And that's part of the stuff that I want to get into vlogging. But, I've noticed myself trying to capture it, even though, I have anxiety and I'm sure, and there's a lot of stuff that, kind of really scares me, about what's going on in the world. I don't know. I kind of really want to document it. And I don't know, I guess later I'll kind of probably have more of an understanding of why that is. But, I think it's tied to not only exploring myself, but, becoming, I guess, part of the conversation, and again, without the, so you kind of want to be respectful, but also, want to express yourself. It's very confrontational. It's a lot easier when you're by yourself in your apartment and nobody but Milo, my dog, can basically interrupt me. So, I think that's actually probably one of the stronger reasons why I decided to do this. And so those are my reasons for, reasons against. And I just want to get into a little bit of what to expect here on the New Miamian YouTube channel. So definitely want to do blogs about everyday life. And, I don't want to necessarily be structured. I took a little bit of notes now because I was really nervous about going live. So that was making sure that I do it. But yeah, I kind of do want to be more Blossom style and just turn on the camera and you know, again, record my actual thoughts and beliefs and confront, you know, really myself and again, allow others to understand me more, you know, whether it's good, bad, ugly, indifferent, or whether nobody sees it. You know, at this point, I really, you know, to quote Whoopi Goldberg, I just really don't care. You know? I mean, it's just is what it is. In addition to vlogging, like, you know, just, I don't know, regular vlogging, I don't know exactly what vlogging means. So I'm just saying regular vlogging is to me more like talking, you know, kind of like this. I also want to do reviews and like I mentioned in the beginning, mukbangs. I really like Trisha Paytas and I really got into her with the mukbangs. You know, obviously she has a great personality too, but I just like, I've been dieting lately, and even though I don't want to record eating diet food, I want to record cheating on my diet and, you know, ordering from different places here in South Beach. There's a lot of really good takeout and or delivery. So I don't know. I just like eating, talking about it. I have really strong opinions, for example, about seltzer water, both in terms of price and taste and availability. So I definitely want to, you know, talk about that. I know it sounds stupid. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Who cares? I also have a lot of projects on my blog that I haven't really promoted, again, because when you do the research and all that stuff, it's like, oh, you know, use video to promote, you know, X, Y, or Z. And it's like, okay, but I don't want to do video. So I think for a long time, I haven't really promoted a lot of the stuff. You know, I've been writing a novel and sharing it on there. And it is about, you know, it takes place between 2016 and 2017. It's called Any Other Way. But really, it really reflects my opinions. I was writing it in real time. And so, you know, I would probably end up doing a video about that process. And, you know, I have poetry, I have nonfiction, I have life hacks, different things that I think a video can add another layer and another dimension, you know, to the stuff that I've already done and the stuff that I'm going to be doing in the future. And so yeah, that I think it's going to run the gamut. And I just some of the things that I do want to strive for on this channel is to keep it clean. I know that some YouTubers I've followed have been censored, either had videos removed or had their channels deleted for not following community guidelines. I'm pretty concerned about that. And so I just want, and I also want a wide audience. You know, I want to be respectful of the fact that I may want to connect with people that may not like cursing, that may not like, you know, crude language. Not to say that I'm going to completely stick to that, but I really do want to make an effort to, you know, again, speak the way that I would speak and share it with my parents and my brothers and share it with my friends and family and colleagues, and not be concerned about kind of, you know, being extra and being, you know, again, crude. I think that you can be yourself, but you could use your words. And I think as a writer, I owe it to myself to figure out how to express myself in a way that is actually mainly respectful of myself and the fact that I do want to be heard. So definitely going to try and keep it clean. And again, the main thing, and I'm already wrapping up here, I got all of my points across. I really want to, you know, I mean, everybody kind of says that I feel, but I think that the people that I follow are the people that are kind of transparent, mainly with who they are, not so much what they do. There's a lot of people that document their lives and their work that I don't feel are being themselves, that they're kind of using the tools, you know, I guess to trick us. I don't know. I like celebrities like Leah Remini, you know, that basically pretty much can't help who they are. And I think that that's a really amazing thing, because there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that, you know, you could still express yourself and all that stuff, you know, in a positive way, mainly, hopefully. but still be real and still be honest. You know, Roseanne is obviously a really popular show now. I loved it when I was younger. I loved the reboot, and I kind of really like that aspect of being in, you know, a normal, or you would maybe lower middle class, I guess, or whatever they're considered. But, you know, when I was growing up, I always loved that show because it just felt normal. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily sugar coated. It wasn't BSy. It was very in your face, but also heartfelt, also very forward thinking, and very disruptive. You know what I mean? In being very everyday, kind of taking the mundane and making it kind of extraordinary, and obviously giving, you know, it a lot of a big legacy, because it's obviously back now. But yeah, so I'm already past 20 minutes. I feel like I'm definitely long-winded. That's probably another reason why I want to do this. I feel like in conversations, it probably takes me 20 minutes to get my point across, which may be why I feel like I don't express myself enough. But whatever, if you're watching this, I think this gets uploaded after, I don't know, this is my first sound is good. I have my Snowball microphone, and I got this Logitech HD camera that I'm using, the natural light from outside, which is pretty bright. I have a light, but I didn't feel like using it because I thought this looked pretty normal. I don't know. But anyway, welcome to the New Miamian. I'll link the actual blog below in case anybody, I think it's linked on my YouTube profile. But yeah, that's where all my work is. And then I'm going to be adding here the video element, and I don't know, I don't really have like a cool send off or way to end this video, so I'm just gonna hit end stream. Bye.